if the truth is defined as something that never changes, the only thing I know of which never changes is the self, the experiencer of all things around it. The self never changes, experience changes. That is where the truth lies in the self. And if we can go to the self, we found the truth. We are enlightened. So that is why the self never changes no matter what kind of experience you are having. Because the self is the experiencer at all times. So it's the same self, the experiencer. If there are different selves, our bodies are different at different levels. Our forms are different. Sometimes we are formless. Supposing we are completely formless, what will be there? Consciousness will still be there, and that will be the self. And will be the same self that is thinking as a human being today. Of course, this creates more problems for people sitting here. We who are sitting here, we have a problem. How many selves are there? If the totality of consciousness is only one, there should be only one self. How are we so many sitting here? In which one of these is the self sitting? If it's the only one and the only truthful one, we are so many sitting here. In which person is the self sitting? Is sitting in all of us. But it's still one. Now this is where the mind breaks down and cannot answer this question. How can one be in many? How can one be in many and remain one? How can one be in many and never split into many? Remain one and still be one, still be many in experience. It's not difficult to answer from our own experience. When we go to sleep, have a dream, and see 20 people in the dream. Some are known to us, some are strangers. We talk to them, and in our state of enlightenment, in the dream, we say, really, we are only one. And those people in the dream ask, who is the one? Which one? We 20 people are here, we are all separate. Who is the one? We are 20. You can't be one into 20 people. And we discuss this in the dream. Then we wake up. Only one dreamer had the dream of 20 people. They were not 20 people. It was an experience of 20 people. The dreamer was only one. When you wake up, you discover where the one was. The one who woke up. Not the ones who you saw in the dream. Similarly, here we see so many. When you wake up to totality, they were all part of one dreamer. As it happened, the dreamer did not dream once, he dreamt several times. Dream within dream within dream. When it came to the sixth dream, we all appeared. And now who is dreaming there? Whoever is experiencing that I am the self and I am dreaming. Whoever is experiencing amongst us here, I am the self, I am watching this, I am listening, I am doing what is going on. Whoever is that is the self. As it happens, we all are having that experience. As yet, when we wake up, it will be one dreamer, in which was created by all. So that is why this process of creating the many in the one starts from our true home itself. It doesn't need to come down to the physical level to create the many. The many were created in our true home, such count as the many. That's why we have souls and totality which are the same. The same single consciousness is having the experience of the many within itself. In order to have experience of what its being is love, its being is consciousness, its being is total knowledge. And to experience that, it becomes the many within itself. This reminds me, as a child, since I was born in a household following the system, for some time I rebelled against it, that I am being misled into something by my parents. They are thinking I never got a chance to investigate what the truth is. So for some time I was investigating everything else. I didn't find many better answers. But anyway, during that time I was told that this situation of our soul is that we belong to an ocean, total ocean, to ocean of reality, God, whatever you call it. It's one big ocean. And we are all here, sitting here, drops of that ocean, separated far away from that ocean. For a long time, we have been so troubled by our mind, troubled by our circumstances, troubled by our karma here. and the drop of ocean is longing to go back to its source, the ocean. One day, with the help of a guru, of a master, we will fly back, and stage by stage, we'll go fly from one stage to another stage. Then we'll fly higher stage. Ultimately, we'll go to the total ocean and merge in it. They said this is the spiritual path. I thought to myself, I'm sharing my thought of that time. I thought to myself, as a drop of ocean, I have some identity. I have a personality of my own. And they are telling me, do all this, go through all this journey, go through all these levels, one after the other, we fly so high, and then go and merge in an ocean. I lose everything I have. What does the ocean gain? One more drop? Who cares? An ocean with trillions of drops is getting one more drop added on. Ocean is carefree, completely careless. It's a completely lose-lose game. The spiritual path is a lose-lose game if that is true. If we are individuated pieces of ocean, separated from the ocean, and we have to struggle hard to go back and merge in it, there's no winner at all. We lose what we have, and the ocean doesn't gain much. We gain nothing. I was very disappointed with this path, only on this thought of mine. But I was wrong. We are not the drop of ocean separated from the ocean. We are in the ocean. We never left it. We only are participating in the one great ocean, as a drop participating in that ocean. And our journey is to expand our awareness. When we expand our awareness to a bigger drop, we're still in the ocean. When we become a still bigger drop, we're still in the ocean. When we become the ocean, we're still the ocean. We were always the ocean. It was just an experience of individuation in the ocean. And all other experiences came from that. That made sense to me. This is not a journey to be separated and go and join somebody. It's a journey of your own revelation, of your own discovery, who you really are. So spiritual path is to discover who you really are. And when you discover, it includes everything that's ever been created. How can anything exist outside of totality? Otherwise, you can't call it totality. When we say totality of consciousness, it means total. It means what is happening here is part there. That everything that's ever happened in any level of consciousness is all there at one go and a timeless moment. Therefore, when you reach your true home and you are there, you get everything, including what is here. You don't miss anything. You have the entire company, much bigger company than here. And yet you are also one. That's the most beautiful experience one can ever imagine. But the experience actually is much better than what you can imagine. Here, if you haven't gone to the true home, but you only go one level, then it's totally different. Then the story is different. Because then you are missing one part, going into another. It's like a dream. You have a dream, you are in the dream, but you don't have the experience of the wakeful state. You lost one awareness to get another. You wake up, the dream has gone, it's unreal. This becomes the reality. You go to the astral plane, that becomes the reality, physical becomes the unreal. You go to causal plane, everything else becomes unreal except the causal plane. You go beyond the mind even to the first stage where you haven't joined with totality, even as a soul. You are still the soul, the spiritual unit with no mind, timeless. And yet you don't have the experience of totality. Only that soul is real, everything else is unreal. It's only when you go to the top that everything comes back. What is the significance of this statement? What is the significance of what I'm saying? Significance is that different teachers, enlightened people that we come across, they are enlightened up to a particular level of experience. People have gone to the astral plane, they are enlightened people. They have reached something which is beyond physical. People have gone to the causal plane are more enlightened people. They come back with some memories, some not, of those experiences. But for one time, they had only one experience. At all levels, you have only one reality at one time. Except in a true home where it's real and unreal at the same time. Everything is totally there. That is why a perfect living master who comes into our life from that level He does not speak to us from any higher level. He speaks to us from total levels, including this one. Big difference. If you reach that level, you'll be the same. Perfect living masters do not come to make us better people. They do not come to improve our lives. They do not come to change the world. They come to make those who are marked during their lifetime on this physical universe and the timeline in which they come in response to the seekers whom they come to pick up, who we call marked souls, marked for that particular person. They come to pick them up and take them back home, and therefore they speak when they are here from their true home and from every level that's required. The big difference. They do not come from a past experience they are having. They come from something they are aware of at all times. Whether they are sitting here or astral plane, they are sitting at all planes at the same time. And they are doing work at all these planes with different souls. It's not only they come for a particular soul here. There are souls trapped in many areas beyond this. There are souls trapped in the astral plane. There are souls trapped in the causal plane. And they come for all of them. Whoever is marked and is ready to go home. Readiness comes when you desire your true home, nothing short of that. If your desire is for something less, you'll find many masters who take you there.